Let's get into some Jay-Z talk. I want to discuss which album do you think is better, Reasonable Doubt or Blueprint? But before we get into this, let's just talk about how The Weeknd is going to be a movie for sure. Jay-Z is shutting down the Bronx and New York City. Friday night, he's performing Reasonable Doubt for the 30th anniversary. Saturday, he's doing Blueprint for the 25th anniversary. Then Sunday, we have the extra innings. This will all be at the Yankee Stadium. So it's definitely going to be a movie. They have the pop-up shop in the Bronx. Everyone's going to be in the city. I mean, Ross has a concert at Beacon Theater Friday. I see Khaled has an event at Bloomingdale's Friday as well. But yeah, the city is going to be just something magical this weekend for sure. And we will definitely be in the building to give you guys our feedback. But we're definitely just looking forward to everything Jay-Z will be doing. This has been a long time in the making. You know, we're Jay fans over here. Been a fan for a very long time. But let's talk about Reasonable Doubt and Blueprint. Most people say these are Jay's two best albums or his biggest, or I shouldn't say biggest, I guess critically acclaimed, if you wouldn't say. But let's talk about Reasonable Doubt. I always say this is Jay's best album. It's always something about when an artist releases his initial body of work, that first album, you can just tell the difference. This was not one of the high charting Jay albums. I want to say it's probably sold maybe 2 million at this point. It was certified, 1.5 million in 2006, but it is definitely one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. It had 3 singles, Ain't No with Foxy Brown. That was on the Nutty Professor soundtrack back in 96. Then we had Can't Knock the Hustle, then Feeling It. Those are 3 strong songs, but the overall album to me was definitely a 10 out of 10. At that time, it was hard to get a 10 out of 10. A lot of albums were decent, but to get a 10 out of 10, I mean, that's definitely difficult work for sure. It's a classic album. I mean, it has 14 songs. Yeah, it's just an overall great body of work. But my favorite, probably 5 songs, if I had to pick 5, was probably Ain't No, Coming of Age, Dead Presidents, Brooklyn's Finest with B.I.G., and Politics as Usual. But yeah, overall, the album was great. But to me, this is better than Blueprint. Blueprint was more commercial. It's still a great album, but it was more commercial with the producers. It didn't feel as, I guess, as New York as Reasonable Doubt. It just felt more made for the masses. But that's what was going on in the industry at that time. But Reasonable Doubt, in general, it was probably, I would say it's Jay's best album for sure. But let's talk about Blueprint. Blueprint, it had 4 singles. Let me see. The first single was Izzo. Second single was Girls, Girls, Girls. Third single was Jigga. Fourth single was Song Cry. Song Cry is a cult classic for sure. But my favorite song off this album, most people are surprised, is actually Girls, Girls, Girls. That was just a time where I was as well in my life. So hearing that song, Girls, 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 back in 2001, it just made sense. But yeah, that's a great song. And that's an overall great album. It was made more for the masses. We had Kanye on the beats. We had Just Blaze on the album, Timbaland, Eminem. So it's you know, it was more commercial, but it's still an overall great body of work. But my question is as well, what kind of surprises will Jay, have this weekend? Will he bring out, I don't know, let's say Eminem for Renegade? Will he bring out Nas instead of, performing Takeover, they perform together? It's definitely going to be a movie. I'm just ready to see what is Jay going to do. Jay is in his upper 50s, so this might not ever happen again. Think about it. When artists get older, a lot of times they don't perform as much. So this is definitely a movie. You have to be there this weekend. Is he going to bring out someone he hasn't, performed with a long time? Is he going to bring out Kanye West? We don't know. Who is he going to bring out? Well, probably not Kanye. But yeah, man, this is going to be an eventful weekend. I'm excited to see both shows. But yeah, overall, Blueprint is definitely a great album. I have both on vinyl. But let me know in the comments, are you looking forward to this weekend and which album was better, Blueprint or Reasonable Doubt? But let us know in the comments what you think.